You check with your time. We've done 16 minutes after 5. You made the actually saying your WhatsApp number nini 0548 443 523 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Ubet me the messages are fast brain. Ya bejimre akaini nyina amamo. We say Obi ask Eric J whether JM did Sunyani wrote in 8 years and the NPP came to destroy all of them. Obi ask him to name the 14 nursing training colleges he claims Mills and JM built in the then Bono Ahafo region, Junior or Tantra Hills. We say Obi. I was surprised to see the convoy drive by without the occupants intervening in the lawlessness, as we all witnessed in the video. I believe that they were people of authority, and this reminds us of all of the unpatriotic nature of Ghanaians and the people who feed on the taxes we pay. There is no sense of direction, and the country is gradually falling apart. I think Ghana in the 80s was better than the Ghana we see today. The commitment and discipline then was far better than today. Let's get something better going for this country of ours. Can you also show the video of how road is constructed in America, George Niokaite or Chicago and Odiwe Abrain? We say Obi, my name is Wale Seidu Damba. Jarvis Pepra should ask himself what he achieved with Kotoko. Okay, but that's not fair. That's not fair at all. I mean, yeah, I just was all back there. Ode Mazda aye, the other Mazda aye. Where's it? Hi Obi. Today I went to the NIA for a replacement of my lost Ghana card, and I paid 420 Ghana's this for the premium. Of course, I mean, Ope premium service you have to pay. Where's it, Obi? Based on all these developments in Sunyani, according to the MPP communicator, I hereby declare Sunyani as not needing any further development. We can classify Sunyani as the Dubai of Ghana then. It's unfortunate. We say Obi, Musa Abattoir shouldn't forget. It's the same Mr. Mahama who inherited a sound economy from his boss Prof Mills, but crushed it. His performance as VP and president was subpar. Ghanaians have tried and tested him, but he failed woefully. Nana Chei Sikapa II, the Western North Chiefs cocoa farm analogy is spot on. Mr. Mahama and his running mate don't deserve a minute at the Jubilee House. December 7th is about the future of our beloved country and not NPP or NDC. Let's come together as a country and peacefully retire them from active politics. Brian Boabin Samuel. Edie Enono. We say Obi, you're doing a great job, sir. Nyamin Shao. Please, I am Pastor Kofi Asante from Overcomers Worship Center in Nungwa. Also for Mami, Mrs. Beatrice Nikwe is celebrating her birthday. Kindly wish her happy birthday for me. And so for Mami Beatrice Nikwe, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And live to be 94.7 and beyond. Obi, wish my wife a happy birthday. She is Mrs. Barbara Ajua Anyima. The love is big. The love is big. Elembele keke. Elembele keke ne yere. Barbara Ajua Enyima. Oh, sir. Wako elembele ama wa show kama na. O wakra ha.
Say I can make us be any pass.
Yeah, we any pass. Not just say either say wa bon kwan bi ama. Anyways, I think Mohammed Akwaba net saying
Obi, me uzo.
Edanya me ase. Edanya gamba gade say mo kwan nyina papa.
Debi. Anko hokra. But at least look ready back. We've seen an improvement kakra.
Okay.
But to whom much is given,
much is expected. Yeah.
And this is going to be another Benji idea.
No, some come more.
Obi. I remember say, "Who through? Who go through a machine?" And I answer,
yes.
Oh, chef for ma.
Oh, lande will tamalia. And I say gambaga.
It's a nyadu krona. Head time, papa.
Oh yeah, no mum dear. The first time I went to
Accra is not any different anyway.
Accra depends on where the flight is coming from.
Even Eastleigh on Honum na ebe Ukraino. of course, ube who third roads maybe, but you would still
majority,
find,
especially when you are descending the Ebri
bar
former.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's yeah. Media. Sorry, I've always said, say, Ghana anka say you're paying for a medium one in Tia's here. Essence, as them we maka, Messaka be. Nintia man on the feno. Sebi, and young architectural designs.
Yeah.
A young wura, how do you call grass? Say wura.
Yes.
And wura ye dia and
grass.
And
grass should be in Suswan and W.
With the grass, mammy kind of grass, so we don't
green grass.
Green grass.
Okay.
Any aquine.
Green grass is.
Yeah.
These are just the two things Emma Amanone and Abruchi Yefe. Ubaha, the amount of money a yedia ko share aquine yemu. And the output no ebo brau.
Yeah.
The amount of money they invest in their roads, and ye been investing in Ghana hanum no. Quine hana ha, would tisika ye bono, and yesika kuma. Ye be we no crano, ma quine be 3 years. Na I shall say 8 to 2. We need to start doing road audits. We are quite like, as in every road contract, there is a clause now. It should last a certain lifespan. And draw na a tutu and say ya sako pesika esabe sakwan. But only nientia enye yenu. Because answer and nobody is held accountable. Answer a contractor and benye juman. Ezo tria. Nisika bakro we no or resist certificates no krana. Ezo sako tria bribe mo bia or ti baby.
And on the allegation.
Oh,
a whole investigation was conducted by Ioko. Pursuant to a similar allegation.
Which was? He mentioned names
from Professor Stephen Ade.
No, or Bobo Dimbi. Yes, sir.
Yes.
But are you telling me, sir, you see, open the phone lines. Me I can yield my time. Ghana contractors, free in.
Yes.
So, we hear you resist certificates, soon time and I do time say, as you to Moka. Do they just easily get their money? And I saw Mutubi and San Nipana could just canabro. Look, let's not pretend in this country and say, oh, and yes, and it here. Yoko investigations, who did they speak with? In any event, the Obina Eddie Assembly Kodan almost say because they are bonidin.
Sure.
The fact say, Ebi Nipanin interest others don't do. In any event, any the Minister for Roads in Etria, when you raise your certificates and you know OTIA, it is the Ministry of Finance. And it is about who gets you to the minister. And what must I say? My issue is that until we divest road construction of all these interventions,
yes,
we'll continue to sink a lot of money, get minimal output for Sikana Ayedi Shemuno. Eba road construction, Adebia, complain about value for money in government investments. Akwanye is one of the places that we get the least value for money in our investments.
Yeah.
And now on our investments. Ultima here. Ntina, look, since 1992, since 1992, Sika yedia she Akwanye mu. Anka ye ni year amanvu in disikano corruption nka ho. Anka Ghana Akwanye yanya kranka at least 80% of ya kansa Akwanye anka yaye. But ahana ha ubeti sika ebebon sika puduo bi nipa nbe wie no na kwan no unhuni ti unhuni nan. My issue is Ghana, we need to know what is our total road needs by way of mileage and kilometers.
Okay, the untarred roads.
The untarred roads. Ghana hanyina ye and let's even start with just highways. What is here? Na yaba connecting roads, then be neighborhood roads in Sanyuman. Yet we need to be able to tell ourselves that okay, Ghana needs like 1 million kilometers of roads.
And every 5 years we would add.
This is how much we are going to do, and these are the areas we are targeting. Then we'll begin to make sure that why yedi ejumana ma say yeno. Say ejumanu endi 5 years are wu sika na sadi beye.
Yeah. In the deferred liability period now was
extending.
Yeah, extending. This year best 6 months or
and
so.
Begin to enforce it.
Yeah.
Because say if we have this amount of this kilometer and a mileage of roads
yeah.
Now you see every 5 years do say na dey count. We won't have time to be going back to the yedi kan no. We should now you can say when it comes to your road sector it's like we are stagnant. because ejuma na yedima obi dada no why no in 2 years SS akope sika fufuro to go and redo the same road we did 2 years ago na bebrebe na aka no yenye uko is legona they keep asphalting roads every day. Meanwhile you go to areas like Amasaman, Pokwasi, Kwabenya and the rest
inner
of
city roads were terrible.
Terrible. Meanwhile they're already somewhat elite areas, you know. We keep redoing them. And essence and you say they are redoing them also just for fun. But essence say the Juman man pana now betri asphalt to nego sukeke. After 2 years in Sue Toguswa na etutu.
Adom News here documentary. We call it Esukodo on Adom TV. In the title was 9-Day Wonder Roads.
Yes,
you need to watch that documentary.
But,
I mean, some of the
contractors in we are wasn't Ghana.
No, but you see when we begin
huh? On a contractor can so bon half or ye quite na de enchin na na tutu.
Na some no have a contractor can say will be any no.
No, why?
Why you quite na tutu?
Oh, Mimi nimno e friends. Maza can name and shame who's run. Who na propaganda?
Propaganda.
You have trade me fanokwa.
Oh no, oh minimum.
You the fact that you
come money organ on
Maza Mimi nimno. And we are talking about the quality of our roads, the durability of our roads, and the value for money for our public investments. And you nim na bonne yen who is the biggest contractor in Bono? Your friends Adum every Adum day and Adum na Oji Adum private propaganda dey when he was by way there is whispering cannot be anti because
whisper say one our count.
No, we need to look, it's about time we shame
Kwabena Santunia time our papa go for buy almost omonye Kenya se kwan enko ho this one say take how many bono rules I can see now no na
look me I am not against Ghanaian entrepreneurs but do not take advantage of us yes can yes you
but I think truth also be told. I mean, for the first time in a very long time, almost all the major roads contracts now in Ghana, ongoing, are being done by Ghanaian companies. Which is good. Yeah, which is plus for Ghanaian. I mean, I can name the 10-lane road, the Sawim Junction. No?
Yes.
It's a Ghanaian company doing it. Your friend Kwame Nkrumah, your friend is saying, what's the road? Yeah. Motorway is being done by
the same contractor now or
same contractor or
hey and also I say mo
na motorway na ya de
capacity
my
and say after no mo be no ye
say wanyanya asphalt na we
na patch
yenye asphalt na we hu me boa ana wa asphalt wo
no but are you saying say or ye in Sawim don't mean motorway na
masa minka sa ye but so nyenye nzawam de no ogusu o mfutro ngwa na sezi aye hu onye wie ya wa ye kwan na obeka say yes
ye the contract man ade chen ya na wa wie na asphalt abegu so it goes through a process.
The assumption is that because ye di we na man no
yes
he has capacity to do motorway there.
Absolutely.
What shows? Because when wie ye na ama ye hu say look he's really done a good job. For us to say that another major highway ye di man na ye we're just assuming because we know so no the amano no the assumption is obey ni ye na owi obey we so ye. It's just an assumption, but I'm not saying say my fa edwuma no magana for but my worry is Ghana for ye this the be kese say emom no they tend to short change us, and there are several examples. Bini near Eric Elamenti won onka se wanyo osi wa seni nyina what
no but two kwa no so oye onye two a etimba se wanya na osi obi ko hwesunya na airport to odomase okobdwiri kwan no hu nyina omo ye containers to omo nyina besi ne eda
you my issue is say musu Ghana for na aban enye jidie wo mu e de adwuma no mamu a munhye aban ni munyam ehye munyina like munhye nyina ni munyam do adwuma no so that obi a ohwe adwuma no betimi aka say ye di magana ni ohye nyina ni munyam but ye di mawa wo say sabi una onim connection chen obi anti una onim krofo una to use your word una work capacity chen obi a nti wo ye ni biara kro obi anti mi nka ho asem it doesn't help.
Sometimes you compare roads done in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yes.
Even the CPA.
Yes.
Nyamransa Junction to Cape Coast.
Taysek from Kumasi all the way to Paga.
Yeah. Taysek, they are solid.
What is
even Kumasi Road until recently, Lemes Bao Kwayo Moye, solid.
But it's a conversation we need to have because we can't keep sinking money in already done roads.
Because if it's an asphalt, the expectation is
it should be better than bituminous roads.
At least you should use it for 10 years.
And it should be better than bituminous roads.
Because asphalt, we are told, say, for every kilometer, you spend $1 million. For every kilometer.
2016 kilometer of asphalt, you say? Yo, Kruma.
I would have to check.
Was it more than $200,000? Check.
You see, because
of their incompetence or to manage dollar and ceding. What was in Sanso? They are my ones.
Oh, no. I don't think.
No.
Because $200,000 it was paid in dollars. $1 million.
And I'm saying, and $1 million. $1 million. What's the saying? What the bag and CD is saying?
Also,
what the $200,000 bag and CD is saying?
Still, I know also.
Weak fundamental and a moon row.
If you are pricing it in dollars, it is because of exchange rate issues. You're pricing it in dollars. No, my point is that it's even too much between 2016 and now.
Too much.
Say we're moving from $200,000 to
$1 million.
And the reason cannot be exchange rate. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is priced in dollars. And if exchange rate differentials is your fear, now you are pricing it in dollars. Why should you move from 200,000 to 1 million?
Just say differentials now. They make her take intimacy. But the emphasis is a local contractor or no own repatriating the profit in Kobe Bia. To say about and
the difference what accounts for?
And I may say Caneno near say a kilometer of the okay near $200,000.
About saying they call 1 million.
Shoot to call.
And that
$1 million.
But $200,000, we have to confirm.
No, I'm saying more than that. But you can check. Yeah, you can check.
You can. If he said he said it on authority.
What that be?
Okay, now if he say, I need to
I think any more than that.
I thought you said it was 200,000.
No, we have to confirm.
Idia or the car, no,
when him nipa ba ko kind of kre MPP ba we jai. Adu mi frɛ no. Obe respond this is here. Ono na President Akufo-Addo ka say
your go-to man.
President Akufo-Addo ka say John Mahama inflate kaswa.
Yeah, he spoke on that.
Osman Penny Obwa. No, I want the post. Yeah.
Anyway, but I think that look, Krumha, and another suggestion I have, which I think as a policy person we need to have this conversation on it.
Yes.
When we say we have centralized road construction, which is terrible. And until now, municipalities assembly, all the assemblies, they are handicapped. They can't do road construction because the award has to come from Minister for Roads,
central government.
At the end of the day, once they award the contracts, they can follow up, they can monitor and make sure say, this is where we need this road. This is the time I hear and so on.
But all the awards are based on inputs from ASEHO. No. For example, apart from major highways, I don't know central government can because central you can determine.
So focus on highways.
To Takwa. Baseba inner city ni feeder roads near then request from ASEHO and award.
They have to make a request. They have to make a request for central government. I mean, sorry, they don't.
Sure.
They have to take the request and then plan, and the planning is centralized. What I'm saying is, and your request is not granted. I bet you have 4 years now. Meanwhile, the assembly should have the capacity to initiate some processes.
Yes.
Construction. Highways, Look, if central government decided to focus on doing decentralization, and what was the essence?
It's on paper.
To devolve development. What is here? So that let focus on highways. So that from Accra to Kumasi, we need like 4 lanes going to Kumasi.
Yeah.
Say Akwena tutu say no. Nanka say Aban would have been able to do it. But because Aban see is legon kwan, mina SME. Oba Saperman, omuno SME even though I heard the omunya na uko amasaman, ombeka chose ye say. At the end of the day, there is so much on central. There is so much on the Minister for Rules. Obia chini JC. MPs chini JC. Municipalities chini JC. the districts obia even info. But if you decentralize it, nasikano uba in a fiscal year, work can say, okay, for every district, this is the amount of money we are allocating to you for roads. You determine your priority roads and do them. We will play the supervisory and I will exercise supervisory responsibilities on your roads.
Yes.
Almost they can begin to dedicate part of IGF to road construction. But who centralize BBR? Everybody's looking up to Central. Who DC and IMZ Musion cow na kofa IGF say we yakwan. Yebe two.
No, I said YGF for pointing me.
No, there are some municipalities they have money. Trust me.
Wasem na okay no.
What does it?
Aban we ankasa bae no. And okofa capping and realignment policy. Inti sika na san ko form no. Or san cap 25%. That is it.
Sika omujiji no anyway
into cap wo ho be di soro.
So part of
it na wo fa na de bae.
Nanka ne ebe call Ministry of Finance no. Ombetimi aka say okay. Invest that in doing some of your priority projects. Kakra ebe can difference no. We'll top it up for you. We need to begin to decentralize responsibilities and money.
Our challenge is say in physical infrastructural development, a political tool in the hands of the ruling elite.
Why should it be?
They say that is what is.
And I'm saying, why should it be?
It ought not to be, but that is what is.
So that is what we need to change.
And then there was as long as we maintain this partisan competition in the quest for power, no? Because at the end of the day, I mean, power, I'm a central government, president, my party, at Wabama, me as flag member, me winning election about be a president. Meaning say, okay, Ghana will be a problem, ya quite. Me call Bono region constituencies been a trauma me pa. Okay, or my quine yet. I mean, far quine been see, I mean, for being see. And it's some new man in influence the decision making. Well, and yet who really needs it? No, and you fan made the many return on that investment.
Pork barrel projects. And pork barrel projects are and I provide a nursing bed for corruption.
Yes.
So you do projects that enhance your electoral.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be.
But that is what we've done over the years.
No. You see, when you say that is what we've done over the years, and we've seen the results. And Oye Bibina results in Mwawa. What do? You change.
Of course.
And that is what I'm demanding. That is what I'm calling for.
Okay.
Say it's time we changed Kwanya Yefasu air road construction.
Okay.
Aban can still take credit for road construction in the municipality. And you know EMC, you know.
Sure.
Granted, cross a to abay EMC, no crown. Onusu disika beba because the district itself cannot do all that. Abayin disika beba.
Okay.
And when they are preparing the budget, they will factor all these into consideration.
Okay.
What you must say?
Okay.
And the Abayin on person or bon number no would decide say okay, me fasika unko, and you be judged based on that. But who disika kone ya kwena? Ye ka say this in a year you. You can say Abayin way. What
my main kind message is Kakana Femin sign Emra we say Obi tell Eric J that in the NPP communication officers they are not elected but appointed. Hence he should desist from calling Baba Amando an imposter. The communique released by JFK was with respect of regional executives who are elected. Nana Bediakon Dancer Appear Esquire and Onodi we have Eric Meba. We say Obi, we don't have to encourage this kind of tribal and regional bigotry being displayed by Eric in your studio. Nanabi doesn't come from Bono region, so he can't talk about the issues concerning the region. What kind of backward thinking is that? Can I also say Eric should get out of the Asempa FM studio because the studio is situated in my region, the Greater Accra region. Eric should bow down his head in shame. Charles Nita Tego, Ewa Tantra Hills, Nidia or Dia Bray. Where say Obi? What was Bono region status when the NDC was in power for 8 years? I'm taking Rashid Ewo Nkaiha. This one says, Obi, a happy birthday to Mr. Francis Jemfi Okran, aka 5-star General, Director Human Resource, Ghana Cocoa Board in Accra. Also say, you are a good man and we love you. Keep being you. Cheers to greatness. Kwame Poku CID, DCE, Amansie South District. Inti Mr. Francis Jemfi Okran, 5-star General Nabibrina Freya Director, Human Resource Ghana Cocoa Board. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, Ghana Cocoa Board. Sure. Ghana Cocoa Board. Obi, please confirm the cost of roads per kilometer in 2016. And this is more Randy. We say Obi, ask Atik if he's in Ghana. How is it possible that what he's saying will happen? A country where everyone can just go and build anywhere and expect the government to come and do their road. The road that goes to their homes. It won't happen because we as a country, we do not have data to tell us what to do at any period. Gamel ewutu obrachere ena odi way aba.
I told you that we need to do a road audit to know how much in terms of kilometers of roads are in there. But you see, Obi consider we wrong place.
Yeah.
It's for the assembly to me. Look, who consider will be a enye. Good. And a containers.
I was saying it's a nuisance.
We need to outlaw the use of containers by main roads.
It's a nuisance.
It has to be outlawed.
It's a complete nuisance.
And it defenses the beauty.
We don't even
areas.
have. So the assembly is in our bylaws against annual. But yes, I J tolls a free or more. Business, they also apply for business operating licenses.
They do, but you see, my issue is bylaws. Are they? Is the word justiciable? Are they prosecutable?
They are.
Oh yes.
They are within the assemblies.
No, like to me, Eddie Obiako jail because we are breaking bylaw.
Yeah. So I think they are mainly misdemeanors.
So this is my issue. You see, when we outlaw the erection of containers by main roads through Parliament, Obi. Trust me,
it has to be done. I agree.
We need to do that.
I agree with you, Eric. Not the opposite.
Obi, one say the more Kenyan no. Me kofa ye kan ye krumu asema. Obi say asempa ni teku senior mechia. Asempa nye GBC enya aban japade. E obi private ejuma. Nti se wo ha wato asase ni wasi. Nti mu na mo wa ban mu amonim se Ghana japade nyina ya mode we nka ho. Nti se maba na me ka me krumu mpuntu ka ya ka echi. Na no ye issue ma wa. I have no problem. Obi friends obi tese say nursing training colleges American krame mo bobi nchire no. YCB wo say kwa, YCB wo Sampa, YCB wo Doma, ye nursing training colleges under Mahama. Ye wo say kwa nursing training, Sampa nursing training, Doma nursing training college, Techima nursing training college, Techima Nkrobo nursing training, Yeji nursing ntotroso, dade so aba kwapon yamfo. Honi ye free by enim de achievement legacy. Kane no them bring a half region. Now call a government hospital near Woho. We them bring a half regional hospital Rolling Spence you see ya. And now you districts, Sampa government hospital, the Akanyina mission hospitals. Sampa FM. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, no 60 bed capacity hospital or Time district. So that is a track record in my region. It is a banner can be if you want someone.
Almost say Sunyane Hospital, I teaching hospitals this year.
Yeah. Teaching no there, you dino. Na can near money womb no. Yeah, they any teaching no.
The depend on another the abetoso.
Nana they say din sisande oba woni tua.
Omomfa
me say
bibia me kan
ye din teaching no na ka de no. Yes. Oba unim nana do de na wotimi ye. Say yen sisande din. So no family the issue. But
say also who say
now no say me
Eric
University of Education the Okuma say your friends Amstead and it is saying
but unim so say and we all know say to declare the status of a hospital as a teaching hospital, no, and not just a change of name. It is not just a change of name. I mean, definitely there should have been some. I would say meeting standard.
Yes, teaching hospital. Yes, Rabbi.
No, but are you saying, say, the Sunyani Regional Hospital near
teaching hospital?
Hold on.
Hold on. Me kwatena konwa mu jinsu enu 3 months best issue cry issue obi don't and my five emotions in copy
me five emotions kasa de can say una
na me say me kwatena konwa
last time me ko sunyane ache me bu say regional hospital no
me
no new project behind the hospital
me kwatena konwa mu jinsu enche manyampa yes enu tino it is a teaching hospital standard Into the omo nya adwuma ma me hia me.
Almost actually in
Ode me ba. Dia me pese me che. Se confanoji su nyana otikokọ so na agba ewura ho. Eno so kra age aban se mebo. Enne se wo se take you to mfa ansa wagege to. Ayi mpuntudwuma wo confanochi a. Etoje mo a. Because mom fast antefo no so nya hwe, mom fa boga nya so a na mo nenam kruma. Enne okoka o masem a na obi ebetwa wadapa. Kobono region today. Men obi de me mani bra na wafa na hwe na no ade obu amone ma yenti no mo lanche mo tracker no Bono region Ghana first project sa toilet projects na almost start sa ban se oni omo ni tracker bia ni nyina ka tracker no ebiem ENI projects are no maye wodoma East Portrim constituency once omo dia agri business school bi ba chese MC ni den ka so ye bone ma be 100 unim de oye okofa agri business school no say dining hall na wa ye one project kitchen one project classrooms one onko nya 10 projects meanwhile ye wie such project na ye bie no ayi Italy prime minister na ba Ghana and on president moko commission ENI for project o maye say ye no mo fa ye nya hwe so the whole Ghana all kind district and any project those one na Edoma East or project chen KMA no obi chen Sunyane obi chen Tema obi chen Greater Accra AMA right that is Bono region for you. So the caliber of people are mebobo omudin no omufi ho no. What eden no mo prekofi. Yes, the upper de akokotoko no yenya na bro. Ananye sanity.
See Bono region constituency is saying na NDC MPs.
There was 6.
No
almost was 6. Yeah, wo German North, wo German South, wo Wenchi, and wo Nkrankwanta. What I say? And almost wo Ajimemenu Doma Central. No more
6 constituencies now more MPs one
time banda
o ma premium alcohol kama there
now ni ana asenso kogina adweso ka say yanto aba ma MPP ni a ono obi antimi ma na office obepre kwan akọ because onye MPP ni that is the caliber of people ntina ya kwan ye no amampani Akufo-Addo re-emphasize the same statement that we adweso nti no wonder say me kro kwan ye because I won nkofo atisi na wa ban mu your leaders a ya ye hu ni say bi mu ye more I don't know how to take it. Was that language even presidential? I said, na mampeni endorse the asenso kaya. Kohwe ya kwan. Bone be na de ayemo. And in 2020, ye ba beto abane was just one parliamentary seat, Ahmed Banda. And almost omo boy 12/12. Omo ni ba ho na ye counter attack. 6 ni etete ho.
6.
Yes.
Na say nkofo ne jimu di no motoma.
Na so omo di because ye ba ye nursing training colleges amebobo esipete mu ho ehia advert and so omo hu.
Are you saying
hospital?
Are you saying more MPs no? Mumu o party ni aban mu ntina MPs.
Me say yeah wa aban mu no. This schools na America no. Me krom dia na ehia advert obi was Sampa nursing training colleges. The last day almost na inspectors never sites na ye meet requirement bi omon farmer me ni DC na kofa light pole ye koto pole na na so ye say me FM ye de ehun ruam na ye and what have they done in the region? Into sa areas na ya kwan ye nyina no President Akufo-Addo ne asenso adaroma they won't do anything. Enti ye de ye ka bono mpuntu ye kuro mu no ye hu de ekoso
eba bono nkoso de bono nkoso
yes me nua na o test is regional executives na ye yi almost oboa onim de oka ho na efri Sunyane East Kodua JFK Electoral krata ko enti na no ada omo beto delegate elections no omo ama metubi okaya ebiem Maso Mahama ena na oye director of communications enti ye ka say old executives ni take charge na so ombe de ombe no na ye Maso Mahama na director of communication so baba amando ye imposter that is why I said so.
Eric J mama na say we say obi is Eric J saying the Sapiti road they constructed was at a cost of $200,000 and that it's better than the asphalt Akufo-Addo is constructing. Kumsin, I don't think he said that. But we say Obi honestly, over here in the US, it cost at least $1 million to maintain a mile with 14-foot wide road on the interstate system. In the 1 mile with 14-foot wide road on the interstate system. Yeah, $1 million. The main problem is the so-called engineers at the highways ministry. The roads in US are constructed to meet international, federal, state, and AASHTO standards. Why would Ghana be constructing open drainage systems in this day and age? The problem is the so-called Ghanaian engineers. They just don't have standards I am in charge of special projects here in the US. I will approve any substandard work for payment because I will not approve any substandard work for payment because I can lose my job and also be charged if it's found that I approved poor work. Here, a project cost in DMV, Denver?
No, DC, Virginia, Maryland.
Okay, the tri-state, no, okay. Into Washington, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Also in the DMV area, it's more expensive than roads in rural areas. Ghana needs to do a transportation asset management as it is done here in the US. Or say, Obi, highly educated people with top jobs in the US listen to you. And or say, okay, into that part, the American kind. Bamedas.
Maybe no family.
What did you be a mouth?
Obi, yeah, the Okano. I think so. Yeah, technically, you need to send him the end, but I'm saying a field damper. Maybe now also one can imagine this.
Because Oka, Andre, Erica, can you be send you the kind? It is better say.
We say, Obi, who invites the panel members to stations, especially the political parties rep? I've noticed recently that NPP members are not present. It happened one of the days last week and today too. And then there was a honorable Honorable Andy Apia Kubi. And there was a Baha for the NPP. Okay. You know, a member of parliament for Asante Achim North.
Not necessarily na election be ya onko bi no.
Ontimi ma Emma. Say. Okay. Medase. Where's the Obi? It's sad that in Ghana development is equated to buildings. We have such okay. And also we have persons on radio propagating this falsehood. Max in the United Kingdom and on the way up. Oh, Obi actually na drain. I don't know pounds. Allow. Where say Obi? Good evening. Please tell Eric to be truthful to himself and stop the propaganda because it will not wash. Ghanaians are not ready for them, so they shouldn't tickle themselves and laugh. Emmanuel Kweku Yamwa and Odewe Abba. Where say Obi? Ask. Okay, I think I've dealt with this one. Where's the Obi? Good evening. Eric always wants to attack the NPP government whenever he is given a platform to talk. He should concentrate on how his party will come back to power. Senero, Ewa Mampong, Equiapim, and Odewe Abba. Obi, good evening. Did I just hear you mention Ioko? In my view, they exist just to make the powers that be look good in the eyes of the public when given an assignment. The workers there are no different from the average Ghana man politician, if you know what I mean. Kweku Owusu Ewokoforidia. Obi, good evening. I support the young man, the former PNC, also former. Okay. Atik Mohammed. Or say connection men in road construction is just too much. Greetings to Raspa in Amasaman, 3 Junction for Kwame Nyakon on our Spintex and on the way Abaireke J phrase connection men. Obi or say Obi who has lived in Kumasi, you can't teach Atik Chi. Grass Ensensane. Charlie. Charlie, Prince are not Medas where ya ferry pa Osi Obi Sunyani is suffering from developmental project. I'm bossman in Ekumfi. Bossman here that say Obi, I've followed your show for a while and Charlie, thumbs up. Fantastic show by all standards. The sky is beyond the limit. Honorable Samson Cranton or your assembly member ati amount from and new tafo achem in the eastern region and or the way aba we say obi grass is in Sensan Prince K US of A Prince where the amount fan chain yeah where the ya near kind by a boy Charlie Prince mo fan chain why yeah. Anyways mama yemrani yemhwe en echena ena EC limited registration share ase but already a lot of controversies here and there but the good news again is that the Ghana Education Service the Ghana TV Service I'm a student ID 18 years a kwai say for the rest of the week no mu nyina nkofie na omo nkɔhwɛ and register which is some really good move there from them Erikeji aseme na wo eka efa ho
they di kan German notes so when you say curfew
Omon left
yeah into Electoral Commission ya pese ehu enhyehyɛ ode agu akwan mu amaye
okay curfew no say started time
4 but this our mother me krom father
4 okay
4 to 8
so registration also here from
Anopa
7 to 5 p.m.
5.
And they can still do it.
So per what I'm hearing, no,
maybe
district director and he said on best start Anopa 8, no more we are 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think there should be arrangement for.
Then maybe they extend.
One say a day extra.
One say Oko district one, there are 42 communities, and there are 110 polling stations, and there are 28 electoral areas. Now per the matter and I'm a constituent secretary German not per the secretary catch me no Sampa na district capital and Hong Kong 4 electoral areas we Sampa no free mu Electoral Commission areas on be move vehicle for 2 days in year 2 per out of the 28 electoral areas na make no which is so bad because the previous registration no krana here no obi fi Krubiti says your Koba Sampa district capital, Hono Baby register. Now there's curfew there. Such a person no bar, no one to me and you was so baby no day. Order. A dear chin. Answer what to me at once. But who challenges Electoral Commission, on their swordina, on Matona boardings or Monko from Magana for no, your own higher the Ombeyan. I think it's so wrong. So a place like German offer, your walk curfew or honor. Even difficult areas no krana mu yi ni se mu increase numbers no e kan ho na nkene te e dom na e wo se Sampa na e district capital na nke to asomu but be si ne district officer ne se oni say to me no na de ekoso obu no ho yina se makasa apia hene sisi ono ye yi no wasen akwaje regional officer na edwuma ntena nkran ho not nti decision bi e wo se regional officer ne take apia hene ne take.
So how our count seminar. No, but how can you make such?
Yes, on Trankran how one or TEC office, one region, one up here in the age.
No, but to say it's a regional director decision be appearing. That's too categorical. MPP one of the commissioners.
One high commissioners. Maybe MPP communicator. Yeah, you as commissioner.
He is now a commissioner. Was swear oath.
And I may say
of office
to serve Ghana.
To serve Ghana. Yeah.
Sir MPP communicator. Yeah, no commissioning. Onu sunyane ho not. So 3 bono regions. Ye electoral officers near the ade nyina on the supervising ni na. Na no ade bi cause ukumewu. Sorry, ejuso. E bia manfa madwen ni akiri. O ka say ade mu nkofo no raise concerns say Electoral Commission penning for no mudi djuma ni bi mu MPP for mu ni momo. E wokumewu. O yawe. Obi okay. Anamante no de manye ho interview.
Yeah. Electoral Commission staff
no mo ye adwuma
ya omo recruit omo temporary
omo say bi mu MPP polling station executives want adiomu camp na raise direction want
and na so omo kan no ma na nya no kre na omo kan na aye no kre
adwuma na aye no Electoral Commission na adwen say kwanua san nyina so no obeboa ma president Akufo-Addo ne party na di bone enu nti na even the topic baby president ka so no nya ne pension na bibie besi na enu de o sha ase ache Washa se o man no mfanya ya asumwe mu ache apia hene mu appointment ni nyina ka ho obi okukum adweso a polling stations na omototo aba no omo raise manya opportunity crama ha nti mentimi ama me no kaza sisi esa ope kumawu MPP delegate lister polling station executive me wo mo photo album ope copy e wo ha sisi a meti me say omo photo abon no me wo copy e wo me phone so sisi a ana nkrofo na adio mi camp no rezi say omo ye MPP executives polling station executives omo wo kumewu a omo ye electoral commission adwuma e wo edweso by election no omo din wo polling station abon no mu a omo mfonyini wo mu a na omo ye adwuma indeed
omo bodin
yes omo boy but obi an current story na anko obi okọ ye owura ba ko ye friend Asafo J Ernest or your presiding officer for Asotwe MA Primary School. Code na on polling station code na F3105018. Ni telephone number metimi abobo 0247231521. Okokumawu MPP voter register no mu Asafo J Ernest. Onu ni your polling station executive or your organizer, youth organizer. Ni you can say ne phone number na me bobo wo ECD no so no 0247231521 the same thing nipa krona ebiem o san kwa another polling station na ye wo bi nso ane ye frɛ ne Adai Abankwa Kwame no ye presiding officer e wo Kwamo Chief Palace polling station code na na wo ho ne F3112068 that is Kwamo. The telephone number is 0249327725 or your polling station secretary Kumawu. What am I say? Yeah, okokwe omo photo album na page 6 ni photo ni phone numbers and also no one wo ha no. Ebiem another person your friend Ajay William also your presiding officer for Buankra Methodist Primary polling station code F3101003. The telephone number is 0247985028. Oko MPP abon no mu a
your point is what? This ni you wouldn't
Oko MPP abon no mu a in Kumewu J Williams Kruyano or 831 or your youth organizer. The telephone number is 0247905028 and one ewo. I am saying this because I'm running a day ejuma okruma. Offer CI 126 CI 91 as amended 126 right. I'm running say ye kwa koto aba ye wo emre bi so a EC4 even staff cry na my form na was say publish details my political parties hu. So CI 91 as amended CI 126 regulation 8 and I read regulation 8 and it say objection to appointment of registration supervisors and registration officials. 1. The commission shall make available to the interested persons or parties at the district's office the names and pictures of persons proposals to appoint as registration supervisors, registration officers, registration assistants, and any other officials for centers not later than 14 days before they are appointed. Electoral Commission
saying that opportunity was not given.
There's a case study. Just by election. You're a sitting member of parliament. We name send a party for do na ye agency ntino. Ya omo ye adwuma Electoral Commission. Or the boemu ade kokra no through. Electoral Commission started registration ochana. The whole Bono region, now me regional executive. None of the district in Electoral Commission publish this mandatory year. What say? Omo publish na who challenge wako challenge. Me district.
They shall make available to interested parties.
Interested parties. We are the political parties. But
have you requested?
Me district they requested. They didn't get it. They requested. They didn't get it. Okay. So now there's a clear case. Yet me akwenye MPP photo album. Ye the MPP for a Kumawu party executive ekoye isi adwuma e wo adweso. There's a clear case yenya sitting MPs or no wa hye envelope kufu no de nam polling station by polling station and or dem omo because omo te omo kasa. So what Electoral Commission is doing now ma transparency prevail.
But because if said you okay no if this is in there in the rules governing the game.
This is the rules.
Meba. Na and when you say these rules no are applied or implemented within time bound. It is that time na pa na senioma na was be amoye after the initial request mo anya hwe na you sat down na enye acquiescence for which reason must sleep on more right.
Yes sir, obi sat down. You see, one say ye maame jemensa or no why na adwen nyina ne say the obeye owiase bi obeye. Because this year there's a regulation in the CI. You can't carry the election or polling station ink enka indelible ink. Yeah, to assembly members for Naban. Indelible ink come you see.
Who carries?
Well, maybe
you are saying two things.
Maybe me say this CI ne da hono. Whether say be registration your process, whether say be to your process. Kwan fasoni na determine that ho. And I'm say this is the personal. Even ye kwa koto aba emra na omo na hyehyɛ persia 126 no e kyerɛ sɛ obi koto aba wo sɛ e di ink ye den e ka nensa ya America je me koto assembly
126 is about registration, it's not about voting.
Sorry, public election. Public election America. In the public election there's a regulation I kyerɛ sɛ obi koto aba e wo sɛ e di ink ka no.
No, Eric, let's stay focused on this because the instant issue
I will stay focused.
Public election say, is it the case throughout the country baby are easy for epic officers free you know but be another easy provided
when you say and
I will count with district
when you say me baha me sanya man me can with some emotions when you enti am region na me the example no me the region na example because me colleague communicator apia hene and the all these interviews for the 3 region utie the mekano me colleague MPP communicator ne ya fan electoral commission he sat in for all those interviews. So they brought
and I'm say one person
and I'm just say apia hini decide because aside everything me district difficult areas to reach no we submitted 9 areas they just approve only 2.
Yes sir, the first was submitted from approving
utie me earlier comment na me say he is the acting regional director.
But that is not a fair.
Don't they have a regional director?
Onya hwio apia hina gina juma
that's no value judgment. But
Eric, back to
the
issue you are raising.
Issue now me
raising on law, important issue. But the American say, is it the case say German North Penas had is and the whole
media me area na adanse. Ye nya list.
Even after some request.
Ye nya list bia. Inti me no ka say there's a clear case amatin am evidence say even now the by election na ye koye no. Ye DMPP polling station agents executives acquire EC officials.
Yeah, but the evidence near just so evidence.
Just so
in your constituency, yes. Only evidence.
No, na didn't think omo right course omo here omo present no mo because say omo ko interviews no by community ni film enim ye ho ana meboa.
Okay.
And what Electoral Commission is doing no, I think say they are not being serviceable to the nation. I thought that obi ye betimi de we be dua dwuma ko bia no obadwene se wonko ana se bia dwene wotim yes anete
okay
ye ba ne ye betena se to da asem bi kura ne ye kan producer timi mo signal ha na wa say na wa ba mu meaning say dua kroje mframa ye den ebu so Electoral Commission said the omaye ni kete say the ombe ya no ombe ye kan ne ke no omanhwe ye they may end up creating a problem for this country.
It is so, what remedies are available to
for now I don't really know the remedy, but I know say be an action for hombe take. Nti quickly no ma unse time ni so ma zoom in si President Akufo-Addo asa na mentwa so
na semben
de o ka asenya ne penso na Ghana obe
hand over ama obi a walusu to him
yeah you see
and then now he says
he says so there or say on yon the bekwaja country ni in term sa de no enye one day
just for the avoidance of who bet me repeating your kind before say he was not going to
or say on hand power move be a defeating
it twice.
Yes. And the key contender in this election is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Onanado.
Any the key contest on one elections.
Sorry, on count. Onanado ulusu 3 times. We also resign from local politics. We Ghana politics. We took what na UK MPP regional chairman for the Cambo near power chow now by. When also one handed to me move be a defeating. John Mahama defeating that one hand power man. Well, my comment say the president.
Now, maybe you are taking in some literally.
Literal. And the other my scientific meaning. So by interpretation. The president is saying he's the commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces. Yeah, what the any Ghana asumdwe bebano. What's you be a defeating a debi any order to me bebano.
Yeah, maybe he thinks Mahama will lose again.
I don't know what's organized, sir. Who is he to think that way?
Okay.
And I said it last week. The president behave like a king. And Ghana and your monarch. So what we are saying, and also done on who I was in your pension, Ghana democracy be we are saying because you're already preparing the ground that this shit democracy nego. It be Peter an appointment to Electoral Commission. So for non-party activist. So unko independent body like Electoral Commission one. And your preparation now they say democracy now they kono. And now President Akufo-Addo understanding they say yato abari na isi declare results na ba kwa jiatum. Processes may take place before election na nkasa akoso. That is the key thing. So me better I am able to cite some people are MPP executives are. So you can't challenge this because already no you are appointed be from the district and the national. Inti and MPP my polling station executives akoye adwuma ma yisi a can you challenge it? And this is the way I'm penu share democracy na go. Obiem wa Brian Champo, Minister of Agric. Ebe gina akoke kan nsem. Once I was supporting you never condemn such statement. I said it. Me them go in and I'm diabetes you. Brian, ya tiso you investor big time. Who tell you what to turn the tap crowd in the kikan in a say but ni na wo what the why you ha. Ejibumu na obesusa wo hotels na joboto. You don't talk that way as a minister of state. So what we are saying is Ghana is the only country we have. Me, my mom is more than 60 years. Ejibuma hena me mameko. And the president now we are commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces no. When there was a kasa shame crime. Okay. Because at the end of the day, there be a meka same way wa obi. Papa Kofu si so. Near friend is gentle giant. Meboa. Nanwa Sami Okudi ni birthday oko who pictures na na fly no. Papa Kofu no obi na so ni mo te hwi Rolling si sukruma na oye hwan JJ Junior Jesus. And where is he? Professor Mills asundwe hine ene oko. John Mahama bedi 4 years and a former president. Buziamo ubiako. So today, Saudi power will be at your disposal permanently. Now, same Ghana was a oka. I think you are creating a monster for the future. Because in some now okano and on the prepare ni pebi adwene say this year ibicha. Is that the approach to go?
Honorable Collins Owusu Amankwa says, Obi, kindly ask Eric J if he knows Mr. Amadou Sule, former Deputy Electoral Commissioner, and his association with the NDC when he was in office as Deputy Commissioner. Collins Owusu Amankwa. This one says, Obi, ask Eric J if the recruitment of temporary staff of the EC excludes persons who are party members by law. This is James Kwabena Bonfe, and he again says,
Kabila no.
Tobo. And Obo, Kabila no, sir. Doctor, yes, good. Where in the CI he is holding says that a member of a party cannot serve as a temporary staff of the EC. Subject him to strict proof on this, please. I was politically exposed and held membership of the PNC in 2000. Yet I served as a temporary staff of the EC. What is he talking about? I acquitted myself with distinction in that exercise. Let's stop defaming the EC. If there is any known rigid election which was judicially proven, it was NDC candidate in 1996 for Ayawaso West Wugon constituency. Enti eno ene de James Kwamna Bonfenso ede apa. Where say Obi, please greet Comrade Eric Ejay for me. I'm very proud of him for forcefully exposing the corruption, incompetence, visionlessness, and directionlessness of the NPP government. The 2024 elections will be based on fact, data, and evidential proof, not mouth like what the NPP folks did in 2016 and 2020 elections. Great job, Comrade Eric, and please keep the good job of preventing the NPP from throwing construction stones and not even dust into the eyes of the Ghanaian people. Paul De Suso, a Worcester in Massachusetts. Nedie Enono. Obi, I schooled at Sunyane Poly, now Sunyane Technical University. Eric Ejay is my classmate. Clearly, for Sunyani MPP, for what Sunyani MPP has done, they've done a lot than the NDC. But for the entire region as a whole, I think we are lacking, because go and see such a business road from Seketia to Sampa. I come from Suma, so I know what I'm saying. Kwejo, Edu, Paku, and Odiwe Abraying. We say Obi, Mr. Amadou Sule was a card-bearing member, allegedly, of the NDC. Eric Ejay should take note. Brian Boabin Samuel. Atik Mohammed. me pacho bremo.
Nearly kind. I think sir, about issues of elections and the electoral commission, actually by saying I mean, I understand this is a contest, and you'd always want to, take the fight to the referee if necessary. I have no issues when you criticize the EC, but it should be founded on some facts and truth. But according to say, politicians have adopted this attitude. Your opposition, moi, Electoral Commission is siding with the party in power. They are the ones that are inheriting and are protecting the demons of the party in power. And the rest of it. But the very minute it switches, the very microphone I accuse you of being helped by the Electoral Commission. They are the ones who start attacking the Electoral Commission. But I think it's not an attitude that helps. And because I find it to be cheap opportunism by political parties. We take advantage of the, I'd say not precarious per se, but the position the Electoral Commission occupies, to make them easy targets. Why wouldn't you, if you are even assuming, say, MPP 4 and acquire temporary staff, why don't you attack MPP for allowing and for even encouraging their members to become temporary staff? The Electoral Commission does interviews of thousands of people. How are they to know, say, assume a polling station, you can say, executive?
But I don't also think there is an official order from MPP say, Omo members and temporary staff. People can decide for themselves.
So that is the point.
Yeah.
And again, the Electoral Commission, I'm very sure, when you appear for such interviews, they ask you explicitly, are you a leader or do you hold whatever
of a political party? Okay, say no.
How are they to determine that we are and if you were constituency crampo, it could be obvious.
Okay.
But polling station, how many polling stations do you have in a particular constituency?
Yeah.
I'm conducting interviews for temporary staff. These are not permanent staff of Electoral Commission. On that day. That's all they are. What I say? And sometimes we tend to give the Electoral Commission so much powers than they actually can wield. We assume they have magical powers in addition to constitutional powers.
I say Obi, granted, I agree with you. Say the EC might not know everybody.
Yeah, but Obi petitioner.
Yes.
I don't take the person out. Sign it. That's a practice.
Okay.
Say any Obi biara who issues with you can say the appointment of any temporary staff. Now the bar. And they find out saying and there could be a likely case of is politically exposed and there could be a likely case of conflict of interest. Everyone them. But until such a time say Obi betimiaka say ye the protest ebaye ye the letter say ebaye and Electoral Commission anye hu adwuma. You cannot accuse the Electoral Commission say omo asheda you know wakofa MPP for. And I'm not holding brief for any commissioner. But so we see there is one commissioner whose political identity is very known. Now onunoko yi nkrofo. And yes, usually it's a panel of Electoral Commission's members. Omuno interviews and babako. So to say the onunawako and to the extent that you even dragged the regional, director, as being incompetent and more like an armchair director, I think it's unfair to him. Or near to speak to your accusation.
Yes.
And I dare say no director of elections in any region would become an armchair director and abdicate all his responsibilities to a commissioner because Nipani Frisa region honum. Minjin this is here. But if there are genuine concerns, what trauma Electoral Commission say, muye interviews assume si no. Or you say ni say ena ya trauma na manya hu hwea. We all can speak to that. But until such a time there to sit here and say the Electoral Commission is aiding the efforts of one political party, I think it's unfair. Nemo, the part of the regulation at Okanyen, it says when you demand the list of Nkrofo ya recruit you, it is their responsibility to give it to you. But you don't say the law does not say they are mandated to publicize or publish some Nkrofo because on the one hand, their security is also very important. Funny say you go publishing names of temporary staff on the day of the election. Oh, sebi, nyamin fasamba. No, we could kidnap you or more. How do you conduct the elections? Your returning officer is kidnapped. Your presiding officer is kidnapped.
Asempa.
Can you imagine the chaos? Because I feel in the Electoral Commission, they go afford to replace them on that day. Imagine if this becomes a widespread practice. That election one day, into their security is also very important. Beyond the fact that you can say publishing it can endanger the entire process. Personally, they could be harmed. But near Mrano Ekain, and the framers were very thoughtful and diligent, if you ask me. Nyomu can say, if you feel strongly, say, oh, I had the uncrofia, you, my dream shouldn't tell me. Who can say, Ube Trauma Electoral Commission say, and they are obliged to provide you with the list. Now, I shame. But, sir, after the fact, and some idea, I had you, and Mamika no crancho. Look, I've been in this space before.
You are still in.
I'm no longer a general secretary. I'm focused more on civil society job than doing politics now. But I still speak. I still speak to national issues. What do you say?
Kabila.
Now, all families are Kabila. Kabila ate you. But my point is, look, political parties, and we've had some conversation at the IPAC. Look, countless times. And do some time here. Political parties tell their people to go and get recruited as temporary staff. And this is for Muye. And Masa Jaisaka say by your audit of the temporary staff of EC. One year grab 50-50 and 60-40 in favor of NDC. Because Musuma. The Electoral Commission has discouraged you. Now Zumunja ye. Idea Subaya Mumi and Mudenedi. And when it suits you, you forget our wood no. Yankoka and PP for the no. Yeah, audit of the temporary staff no. Masa. One day NDC for crowd, and bedos watching NDC for MP before the no. It is an attitude we have bemoaned, it's an attitude we have lamented. Electoral Commissioner
applying appointments. Who supports it?
I don't support the president.
The people support it.
No, me personally speaking. Wabe Commissioner, my opinion is immaterial. But at the time I had a certain view on it. But the Wabe Commissioner. You see, the longer you drag, I don't know, the more difficult it becomes for him to perform his function.
We're a friendly intervention.
I've denied you that
information. About 2024. Now, to say, Mr. Power made the Meko easier when you were German.
Many Benjamin conditions say you promise to work for TME. But once you know, I will speak against
commitment member of
I will speak against the appointment. TME. I will speak against your appointment.
Which is,
but you confirm me we are. I can't continue to say we are NDC and that you will commission on to do the bidding of NDC because my expect TME
Eric issue.
You see
now what be better.
Until we go and sum Ghana.
Me extreme partisan.
But we are Ghanaian first before NDC.
Yeah, that one is there.
And what do you mean some Ghana?
What do you mean some Ghana? They would never
when you
are not trying
yes. There are known partisans.
Also, you also
no.
Partisanship is not a problem.
There are known partisans. They go to the bench.
Yes.
As judges.
They
swear the oath
to defend
the fidelity is
to the Constitution. And that's exactly what they do. It
doesn't send good signal, especially when it's an ICB like the
Electoral Commission of Ghana.
And no doubt about that. The signals I send.
Me, I spoke against it because it doesn't engender confidence. Oh, it doesn't engender confidence. Who him say? You experimenting. Uko Kenya. Commissioners, party representatives. What is here?
Oh, the EC commissioners.
Oh yes. Do you have representation of political parties as commissioners in the electoral management body? But Ghana enya dia yebetimi aye. Because no TME me kasemba say you allow parties to send representatives. Enya dia yebetimi aye.
Yes.
But my point is that I am against any appointment of any known or politically exposed person to the Electoral Commission. We should be finding ways to ensure, his fidelity to the law is what guides him.
Yeah.
What is here? In any event, there were allegations Owura Amadu Sule, no NDC. But I never saw it in that light because Oyobia who rose through the ranks of the Electoral Commission. It doesn't matter. Look, apart from Afarijan and maybe some few other commissioners, a lot of the commissioners vote. How do you think they vote? They will choose one from the lot. But anything chese or munyo mojuma senesi fata. What has here? Yeah. But having said that, my issue is that this issue about some of the temporary staff MB before is neither here nor there. Muyebi MB before Suyebi. And why would you cry because you have found there or munkro of Numi and Sabi Akoye? Yeah, audit na musumu de beba. And ma have said, sir, political parties should stop sir a jumana or moyeno. A do time now. They encourage their followers to go and become members of the temporary staff of the Electoral Commission. Now again, one will say Electoral Commission will we look, like there is nothing to profit from destroying the Electoral Commission. When you accuse them, say, oh, almost support party and a party B, it doesn't make them timid not to do near so muye. It doesn't also encourage them to help Nkrofo who accuse you of they continue to do their they cannot determine the winner. There is no electoral commission, in fact, no electoral commission of Ghana in any form or shape in this day and age can determine the outcome of an election.
You think so?
A form ho. Mibao Sabi, Madam Mrs. Jean Mensah. How can she determine the next winner? In your wildest imaginations, tell me how she can do that. Say, votes that are coming from the police station, office now assassin. And now, dear Nobeyo, Obeko recruiting Crawford to come and vote. How is she going to do that? And they themselves, themselves, Adi a nipe juma no muye. So they always encourage civil vigilance. Say, the security agencies ought to do, and they should do their part. But or Manfono we also have a responsibility. And if we renege on our responsibility, na sebi obi koye ni enya na the Suwonu Airboy Electoral Commission. Sebi obi ebebu obi wo polling station. No or snatch ballot boxer. Jimenza ne sumano. And any of the commissioners ne sumano. I say kanu kre bibia I said ya can say I said didn't kre true bibia I say ya do too. Where they go wrong and genuinely so like this indelible ink. I was amazed. I was like this has served us well. And then epese sisano. And no one can who say look it's not an intervention at ebebua. And you almost say ya de aba no. That is genuine objective criticism. Whose intention is to make the Electoral Commission and their processes better. But accusations, accusing them, trying to intimidate them, Senabeya, no musro because assume see and been timbeka.
Yeah.
You don't look, nobody is going to gain from a timid Electoral Commissioner. Mika and you know, Ora Akufo-Addo see or Ozide. Ozzy who leave Ghana in a tumultuous situation state after he leaves.
Yes.
And young Loka says he's not going to hand over to Obiawa defeating twice. In the event Nipanu win, what is going to happen? So Obeyana is on Famano.
Is that your understanding of what he said?
Give me a different understanding. Say I'm not handing over to Obiawa defeating twice. What does that mean? As it's saying.
So maybe I'll make sure he doesn't win the election.
No, you don't. No. That is what you could have just said. That.
You know, they appear in a mobile.
Oh, yeah, Borigia, not the jazz. He could have just said what you said. I will make sure that Obiawa defeating twice doesn't win. Nobody would have any interpretation other than the simple, plain interpretation. But I won't hand over to Obiawa defeating twice. As a Mampenyo or Akufo-Addo who says, Sabi, to me, it is not a gift for him to give.
Yeah.
And he cannot determine who succeeds him. It is the people of the Republic of Ghana. And read the preamble of our constitution. You see, anybody at all who is familiar with theories of social contract.
Yes.
Contractarian theories.
Yes.
We give up our minor, small freedoms in order to form a government and enjoy bigger liberties and freedoms.
Yeah.
And it is well captured in our preamble. Listen, and I read that verbatim. We the people, it starts with this. TNEO, we the people of Ghana. in exercise of our natural and inalienable right. Inalienable right. Thank you there. To establish a framework of government. What is here? Which shall secure for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity, and prosperity. This summarizes contractarian theories. Yeah. It goes further to say that in the spirit of friendship and peace with all peoples of the world, and in solemn declaration and affirmation of our commitment to freedom, justice, probity, and accountability. This is the most important part. This principle that all powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people. What is here? Powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people, not from the pocket of Ora Akufo-Addo. And the decision to empower Obi to lead the government is not his to decide. It emanates from the sovereign will of the people of the Republic of Ghana. And he ought not to have said Nyoka, because Ukasa we are. Then you turn around to say, I'm not going to hand over or leave Ghana in turmoil. Meanwhile, your earlier statement, betrays your latter statement. Mampenyin of late, has been doing a lot. He's been doing too much. Oh yes. Aburuso. Look, I think it's about time he slowed down. As a speed, highway speed, is beyond speed limit. Too much.
There was a police for cry because of overspeeding.
And in a police for no. You see, that's the interesting thing. In Ghana for a police for no. We need to tell him that Mampenyin who overspeeded. So slow down, kakra. Because in some be a wokano, you are sowing seeds of of possible chaos. Because you say Mobi. Look, in all of these, my issue is the flag bearer now or leading the party. Obi because of a semi hinti on to aban more baumia. You only boni biae.
Or inherited the sense of the fact.
And the reckless statements of the president inti. Nipane jazz of Ankrofumu Diabumu and Ghana Yamudia. Eh, Sesani Tiakrana mean to abamano. Meanwhile, ordinarily uncle to abanamanu.
Yeah.
But what happened for no reason? Why am I Obi hinti was on to abanamano? The president needs to slow down. The speed no edo sudodo. Na maminfa we enter to emreno ATI. OSP. The maminfa OSP nin.
Oh, bema beden.
Was the same nye bebribi a okay. Maminfa OSP. Quite frankly, we cannot 7 years edo so.
Edo so for when
OSP.
Oba only 7 years.
Me see edo so man said the term is 7 years. He has a tenure of 7 years. No, so we can wait for Truka for 7 years.
Oh, Truka no.
The age is even telling you say Papa in a class say Mami Cecilia Dapa no who song.
I saw a statement from them by one Same. They know my friend is
Same Dako.
Same Dako say near OSP.
What is his position?
Also on the
or office of the
position here.
Or at the office of the special prosecutor. Or one of the directors.
They issued an official statement around no kind.
Oh, Joy are publishing.
Masa me bisa wasem. Did they issue an official letter from the OSP?
Make your analysis. Then after we can find OSP home.
Sir office the office in principle is a good intervention to fight corruption. But the occupant Truka.
And then also
Masa catch them which case have they successfully prosecuted since they came?
No, the cases are in court. So when they prosecuted, what are you saying?
So
they don't determine how fast the cases
will me see which cases have they successful prosecuted. Now I tell
they are in court.
No, then you tell me they haven't. That's the answer I'm expecting from you. Some of the cases are done. They have lost. Ebi to say my Mrs. Yadapadi say DAC. Asa. Or see no so until what else is there to proceed with?
Na say OSP Emi Nejumana President Akufo-Addo they can claim ameno.
There be or no can I there no can. Or see he has faith say mami no that
he expressed hope say mami.
He expressed hope. Because when you are fighting corruption, you should not be seen fighting it. Yeah. You should not fight it, but you should be seen to be fighting it. Yeah. And your words are very important. But I know your evidence, I know your facts. Until OSP wo honum no. Na yen ya kan any near a bimusukan, and yet an idea you more court is what the OSP does. Not any investigation or this is here, dear mammy, who's on. Some money. How do you think that this office is helping us to fight corruption?
But why you wanted the OSP to come and lie?
No.
To tell you what is not there. But at the end of the day, when you are proffering charges of money laundering, the element you have to establish.
Money laundering is not corruption. It's a separate crime on its own.
Yeah, but corruption and corruption-related offences.
Money laundering is corruption related.
It
could be drug money. What are you talking about?
Yes.
So you see, Massa, the money is all over the place doing things that man is onion. Money laundering, even influence peddling, which is a form of corruption. Now money laundering now when money laundering, mammy, she can acquire money laundering. She said the bands money laundering. How? Say who or be public official. Sika pudwo won mpaase yes see koyen hwehwem because nketu ani dwuma or ye entimi man sa sika no you come and bring your money laundering and everything a dwuma idea look he has given people a reason to call for the scrapping of our office no when in truth it's a good intervention but dwuma na omo ye honum no truka ye can't send me on the street. Me can wa
Asempa FM.
Ye can't send me on the highway. Say Jumani yenye akweti say.
Okay, I take medas.
Me can me say akweti say me can he say me ka twaso.
Wo hu de o kan.
Uti ase there.
Obi.
Uti ase.
I say what I say.
Thank you.
Obi.
And it doesn't help anybody.
But they mean for 2 minutes in radio make. Obi won say Electoral Commission asema ye ba ye kan. And yes, Obi Time Commission. As our site is Amadou Sulu, Obi Amadou Sulu, I'm fine. Amadou Sulu started where ye Jumani free for Mara Abba Rise Bedustro. And this Eric J. Baname can't be any case, na be a on Timasia, Meso Hombayam one Wakakra. Because Nipano 2020 election, me name regional secretary, Agina Strong Room for NDC, no home MPP. Me communicate I met her, not her. Into life ni na MPP politics. And all of a sudden, ye didn't kofra. I can't for be say nkatebone in the kofra and katebone bakope and a kofra and kateni and a say no. So clearly no, if any may be say because we prepare grounds many pet to make us say transparency ni him say bit me a prevailing no, ain't me prevailing. And nothing I make as a mayor KJ, me extreme partisan. And now katika zo ye de tumi ma me wo so mu nyina e bom pa yase enye ho ne ye ka because nipa na adwene da mitimu am de kono ne de ye ka kire me wunim ana me boa so ye to da ye nwene ho se ade bi wo ho a wo ho kwan ba nye ni nyina na ye den e fatao na me de manu si on that na my last topic me hu se enti se no mo ba confirm me so mo di obi ba ma na be di bone ana obi on se alaji ba o mi start na problem ye hu se that the society or mebunu bi e de man ya block kwa enye good politics ni ye enti so oni obi
na no what details of what happened
me details na me de me nyante kra enye good say vice president
be ona nye vice president no mo block kwa
na na me ka say nyo ni ntikra na mo block kwa ya mo te sempeni force na mpetemu ho no en wo se mo di say adwumadi no mo menye law abiding because
mo block kwa na mo say gas tank bi emuni into mo block because there be a cars be brem fa ho but na vice president convoy no without the vice president was not in the convoy no more back cry into mo they had to divert
na sa V8 20 na di bus na chi won
bus ben
so what the bus na koto
it's part of the
and it is possible bus no it is possible say V8 be 100 di achire nti ye ba na etwa bus na achire say all call the bus na call it is possible ampa ye biem or starting a problem ultima say
it is possible say V8
it is possible say ya magana for say or the bus na
call the bus na call
and am say it is possible say bus ni two a V8 be 30 40 di achire but in twa no ma possible bus na eba Ghana for no and e biem alaji baby obi am che na nwumre yesre no in track record in Ghana politics. We see so in some no be now was started can and I'm say many about just na treaty on that. Say and near my hold His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Abubo Subiano was started on Namso on so Bobe. Meba say Otia Bemune.
But how do you determine
meba Obi say Otia Bemune. Na John Mahama Ekaso Obano betray 11. Now so Kasa Unya Quenya no betray 11 meba. Ye nim the opesa ochre. Say Otia Bemune. Ne Vata the electricity so no de ye de na anu ada John Mahama oso oba obehwese sa anyama ninsia. Oso oba obehwese sa anyama ninsia. Ebiem emission levy John Mahama koka ho asem so oba obetwam tintontan Alhaji Baomi aso so oba obetwam enti nsem na okeka na se ye nsisi so ye otemase ade na wo akwanya ye koka se ye ba ye ma ministers enye more than 60 ono so kro oba o man enye more than 50 meanwhile ye first ye first 126 ministers now na hold the cabinet still you were part of them
na mama
otemase oh senior meba John Mahama ka say oba obetwa ex gratia promise him Alhaji Baomi akoka na different place or say oba amend the constitution but the person me chiro say
you did constitution you did constitution review and you we have a person me chiro say eniama ni bi wo ha we have a
senior tie the me person me chiro
implement ina mwanya have who's have enye policy bi
the me person me chiro article mo ne say eniama ni bebre wo ha and what's your more Quenya Fufru because you're part of the system. To say the eligible, you
are just speaking about Mahama. To say the constitution review.
Mamen can say
implement the inogram to me.
The eligible Mieshia a canison. I was so kind spare part dealers. No country almost about making sure $1 back off from. Such a person when you're not careful because on one the catcher say if the fundamentals are weak, exchange rate will expose you. By then it was hovering around 3.9 and then exchange rate na ekọ be 14 Ghana no na wo awasia kodi na bo so kan say ye to abama wa obe chi dollar malam sorry Alhaji aden
Eric Medase
oh ya ma game no cry
also by the stretch of that same way the thing about
Mama won't survive it. If it's an okadia, he won't survive.
Can you remember our host our opportunity? Some people will say Mahama when your opportunity.
And your opportunity no uja dollar be 3.9 and that's saying.
Okay.
Now,
I think me part. Now first see me
just quickly.
Gambaga poster.
Oka about Mahama accusing Obizo team. Mahama na minister say.
Now
before
we be
83
or so.
And the Abanza na Mahama na 16.
Oh, say no me 83.
Before Atamis came, they had promised the lean this word about lean government. Atana
na lean government e chen ko for there no. Until you know.
Alternative said they are going to avoid profligate expense. Who can say what is
profligacy?
And these were buzzwords under Mahama Mills. Now they no one find you.
They say no.
Because he's accusing
see the onim papa na wa hen e bone atik. Enim papa e wokruma nyina so wonye.
You mean Mahama?
Dollar until the 80.
Yeah, mami and you see this issue about e-levy. Be fair to the man. What to say Owura Baumia aka e-levy who asem say of waso da.
So on kan ban no. Problem dey be mo kan ho. Sources ba on dey buy.
You see, no credit baako. On kan ho asem. And it is because of his aversion towards taxing technologies.
On dey buy sources on dey buy.
Aveye den e ban say na koye Mahama policy.
I think
so best scrap e-levy.
I think sources ba on dey buy. Na problem ba on kan ho.
Eric Meba.
Alhaji.
No, Musi he's stealing the
so for chase usu ba. So ba.
Eric
so for mu nyina mo wo ho na Alhaji Kokotu Zakaria for why I no my wrong yi mu nyina mu nkochi ni yi mo ano
you see Oyasana he intentionally wants to disrupt your policies ben all of a sudden
then I so hu dey okay
akwai ti say Musi owia mo policies ben na mo dey abetu dwampo
obi anka say obi wi
me he presented some fiscal reforms enu dey munka say we
abemo implement it.
Is it that Mama said,
Mahama ni abem.
No. Oh, abem, no, ye.
Ye wa abem, no.
No, Yabutre, society, dear. They have nothing to tell Ghanaians.
Mahama wa abem.
You are hating his campaign.
Mahama wa abem.
That line of argument might be counted.
I'll be interested. I'll be very interested. Because of how Baumia spoke. Because Baumia spoke.
To say,
Yeah, because he was president.
Exactly. And now one vice president. What is here?
Now who vice president awabo more than president Alhaji Bawumia. No na digitalization ba kuma. Na dunia no watu kwan.
But digitalization is one.
Also
there are so many other things
on Mahama when it claim ownership of digitization. Or no Alhaji. Yes,
I don't know. As for claiming ownership,
and I make sure say I
think that point has been well made.
Lucy, Mimika said,
I don't appear could be time.
Baumia, eco presenting policy paper and a policy positions. You can watch them. I say, Ora Mahama, so admire the benefit of that. Okay,
one thing somehow. I think I'm part of
Waka 24-hour economy. And I think
so. What I say, so what I say.
Mim can't say me. No, I said, sir, it's a good idea, but Mwangaza explaining is even a problem. And I'm saying that it cannot be a standalone policy.
Yeah.
It has to be complemented by other policies. Yeah. Otherwise, that whole concept becomes like empty.
Yeah.
And Mwangaza, some of you, me and Kaza Obia, have not been able to communicate what really that means and how that is going to impact the economy. Well, elsewhere, 24-hour economy, no. What they're doing is, especially 94, no, they prepare the work for Nyomubeba and Opano so that the workload is less and there's more efficiency. But Munkrofuni be 24 account. Now, for examples, no.
Omunubi no can, Omo Mochim so Tias, they don't almost can.
Oh, well, almost. No, me see
a
oh, Nyabutre. Bebre na Martin.
Count this out.
Watch sellers. Examples, no. No, Ebimuswaka. Say it is meant to increase in whatever. And I'm saying
whatever can on the hotel.
Oh, that is to increase productivity. And I'm saying you don't just say 24-hour economy standing in isolation
will increase productivity.
BBS Odin be count to make that happen. What you must say?
Now, Eric, on the understanding of 24-hour economy near then.
I will use my time to him to give us that honor. Eric, meet you. What
say no. My imagine said my imagine said they can be a monte. Yeah, no. My imagine said